until he reveals federal credentials. The courtroom burst into laughter. Attorney Stephen Walker stood confidently before the jury, holding a stack of documents in one hand. Across the room sat a quiet black man named Daniel Brooks. Daniel wasn't wearing an expensive suit. He didn't have a team of lawyers surrounding him. He simply sat alone at the defense table. To Stephen Walker, that made him an easy target. "Mr. Brooks," the attorney said with a smirk, "do you even understand the documents we're discussing?" Several people in the courtroom chuckled. Daniel remained silent. Walker continued, "These legal matters can be complicated. Perhaps someone should explain them in simpler terms." More laughter. Even a few jurors looked uncomfortable. Daniel calmly folded his hands. The judge watched carefully, but said nothing. Walker paced slowly across the courtroom. "You expect this court to believe you understand federal regulations?" Daniel looked up. "I do." The attorney laughed loudly. "You do?" "Yes." Walker turned toward the jury. "Ladies and gentlemen, that's quite a claim." The room laughed again. Daniel never reacted. That confidence began to irritate Walker. "Tell me, Mr. Brooks," he said sarcastically, "where exactly did you receive your legal education?" Daniel answered calmly, "I didn't attend law school." Walker grinned. Finally, some honesty. The prosecutor looked pleased. Everything seemed to be going according to plan. Then Daniel slowly stood. "May I say something, Your Honor?" The judge nodded. "You may." Daniel reached into his briefcase. The bailiff watched carefully. The attorney smirked. "What now?" Daniel removed a leather credential holder. Then another. Then a thick folder marked official use only. The room grew quiet. Very quiet. Daniel opened the credential wallet. A gold badge reflected under the courtroom lights. Several people immediately stood from their seats. The judge narrowed his eyes. Walker frowned. "What is that?" Daniel calmly held up the credential. The seal was unmistakable. United States government. The laughter disappeared instantly. Daniel spoke clearly. "My name is Daniel Brooks." He paused. "Senior Federal Compliance Investigator." Complete silence. The attorney's smile vanished. Daniel placed additional credentials on the table. Federal authorization. Security clearances. Official appointment records. The judge examined them carefully. His expression changed immediately. Walker looked nervous. For the first time all day, Daniel opened the large folder. Inside were reports, audits, investigation summaries, federal correspondence. Hundreds of pages. The judge turned several pages. His eyes widened. "What exactly is this?" Daniel answered calmly. "The investigation your attorney has been discussing." The courtroom froze. Walker blinked. "What?" Daniel slid one report forward. Then another. Then another. Each document carried federal approval signatures. Each one referenced the exact matter being debated in court. The attorney's face turned pale. Daniel continued, "For the past 18 months, I have personally supervised this investigation." Nobody moved. Nobody spoke. Daniel pointed toward one of the reports. Page 47. The judge opened it. His eyes widened again. Then page 72. Then page 119. Every page supported Daniel's position. Every page contradicted Walker's arguments. The courtroom erupted with whispers. The attorney looked stunned. "You never mentioned any of this." Daniel nodded. "No one asked." Several people laughed. This time at the attorney. Walker tried to recover. "You still aren't a lawyer." Daniel smiled slightly. "No." Then he paused. "But I am the federal official who wrote most of the regulations you're misquoting." The courtroom exploded. Even the judge struggled to hide his reaction. The attorney looked completely speechless. For nearly an hour, he had mocked Daniel's intelligence, questioned his education, ridiculed his understanding of the law, only to discover that the quiet man sitting across from him was one of the government's leading experts on the very subject being argued. Daniel calmly gathered his papers, then looked directly at Walker. "You assumed I was uneducated because I didn't fit your expectations." The attorney lowered his eyes. Daniel closed the folder. "The lesson is simple." The room became silent. Never confuse silence with ignorance. Not a single person laughed after that.